Conservative U.S. Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia has died.
Today I am nominating Chief Judge Merrick Garland to join the Supreme Court.
The Judiciary Committee has unanimously recommended there be no hearings. I agree with that. And number two, this nomination will be filled by the next president elected in November.
It's tempting to think that the Senate is only treating him this way because he's black, but really I think that any non-white male president would get the same tactics.
The Senate is a respectable institution, and I resent the implication that their behavior is in any way because the president is black. It's because his middle name is Hussein.
Of course not. If the president wasn't black, they'd all be screaming, "Why don't you appoint a Republican of color?"
And because he's black.
Just look what obstructionist pricks they'll be once the president's a woman or a Jew.
Yeah, I think they'd be acting this way if he wasn't black. Absolutely. No.
Almost none. Can you make a festering pile of shit any more festerier? More festive? You know what I mean.
In terms of the damage that this is going to do to our government, we're going to get respect like it's the Bush years all over again.
If our government is Elizabeth Berkley, then this scandal is Showgirls. No one's ever going to take her seriously again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, what happened with our Surgeon General? I mean, or no, Attorney General. What is it, Loretta Lynch? That was the longest that anybody's ever had to wait, to get approved. I mean, it's just insane. Is it the new normal? Absolutely.
I worry sometimes that this will be the new normal, but then I think, no, the apocalypse is coming and that'll shake things up.
Yep, this is the new normal. But it's not testing very well with focus groups, so here's hoping they bring back Normal Classic soon.
He has the word hanging in his title. Like hanging Judge Isaac Parker.
The typical Republican appointee is going to be somebody who is rich and racist.
Loves Jesus. And pretends not to take it in the tush, but totally takes it in the tush. All the time.
They're going to be like Jack Donaghy from 30 Rock, but with bad hair.
Supreme Court Justice Gary Busey.
I think his hot daughter gets the nod.
Himself? And he'll wear like a sparkling gold robe? Because it's luxurious.
Not a Mexican. And yeah, anybody but a Mexican. Pastrami sandwich, maybe?
And he'll hire a guy to follow him around and just put the robe on him and take it off like James Brown.
Sarah Palin just got signed to be a TV judge. So I imagine that's probably in preparation for her term on the Supreme Court.
If Donald Trump gets elected president, his nominee for the Supreme Court is going to be Apprentice Season 1 contestant Omarosa. She didn't come to this court to make friends.
A Bible dressed in judicial robes.
Jesus Christ. Or the Zodiac Killer. I can't decide.
The problem with Ted Cruz being elected president is that if he has to nominate a Supreme Court justice, it's just going to be any of the prostitutes that were smart enough to keep the tapes rolling during his sessions.
Hell, Ted Cruz will appoint you if you can get him the Republican nomination.
I think pastrami sandwich. Matzo ball soup.
Elizabeth Warren. And the internet erupts in simultaneous orgasm.
Well, I think I'd appoint probably Liz Warren. Most people call her Elizabeth. I call her Liz. I'm in love with her.
Absolutely. Matzo ball soup and Killer Mike.
I would appoint her to SCOTUS. She would also be my vice president, also Secretary of State, and she would stay in the Senate because she's that important to me, and I'm in love with her. I think Bill. She wants to keep Bill as close as possible to her. She doesn't want him off on his Clinton initiative. banging stone cold foxes.
I don't know. That's a tough one. She doesn't have any friends. Not a Jewish one.
Not a Jew. Not a Jew. Merrick Garland, perhaps related to Judy?
I think they over-Americanized it. He sounds like a guy who decorates store windows at Christmas time. Or maybe half of a very successful Broadway songwriting duo.
Somewhere over the rainbow. Liza Minnelli? Anyone?
Justice Antonin Scalia, Justice Thurgood Marshall, Justice Lucius Quintus Cincinnatus Lamar? What kind of a name is Merrick Garland? It's the name of a Supreme Court justice.
Merrick Garland is the announcer at the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis.
Merrick Garland. That's like the hero in a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Bloodsport 5, Blood Court. Screenplay by Al Franken.
Probably less important than which restaurant to go to get 4 meal items for under $5.
More important than Woman Crush Wednesday?
Important enough to like, not important enough to share.
Less important than Throwback Thursday.
Remember, kids, you can't spell America without Merrick.
So we have SCOTUS, which is Supreme Court of the United States. We have POTUS, President, FLOTUS, First Lady. Why can't we get, like, the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee to have their own acronym? It'd be COTHWAM COTUS. Just something I thought about. I wish we could call him that.